What's going on in California?
Supporters of Senate Bill 553 say it's an important step to preventing workplace violence, stopping staff from forcing employees to step in during robberies.
Opponents say the bill goes too far, basically letting criminals steal whatever they want without fear of repercussions.
He says under my SB 553, that's Senate Bill 553, employers would be prohibited from forcing their workers to confront active shoplifters, and all retail employees would be trained on how to react to active shoplifting.
Small business owners from across California came to Sacramento by the busload, gathering at the California State Capitol to protest SB 553. The bill, introduced by State Senator Dave Cortese, aims to prevent workplace violence by banning employers from forcing their staff to confront active shoplifters.
We don't want crime in our California. So please, whichever bills they are here, which will increase crimes, we don't want it. SB 553. No! SB 553. No!
Small business owners are no longer going to be small business owners if they keep allowing this.
It only protects the shoplifters. We believe this bill is going to increase the shoplifting. Every other day, people are coming openly, taking the stuff and walking out. Police come either 10 hours later or next day, or they say file an online report. Pass a bill to protect the small businesses, not the criminal.
Cortese says the bill would establish a new baseline of workplace violence prevention standards, such as documenting every crime and how it was handled by employees.
You're not the problem, you're the victims of a big spike in property crime and theft crime and criminal activity in your areas.
Our biggest concern with this is that it will eliminate the position of loss prevention in our retail store. Those are our specially trained personnel who understand how to de-escalate some of these situations. And if we don't have the ability to enable and empower our loss prevention personnel to do their job, it's going to create an open door policy for people to come in and steal from our stores.
Just to please them, he says they will amend the bill. The bill is right now in the state assembly. He says they plan on amending it to address that concern.
Oh my God. What the f? Oh my. Oh my God.
This is crazy, man. So small businesses are supposed to just allow themselves to be robbed and stolen from in the name of what exactly? I mean, this is not a good look. I mean, whatever this bill is, that what is it, SB 553, that's just a disgrace. But again, this is California. This is the policies of the dams. The criminals are protected. The system is the problem. We need to fix the system. We just gonna let the criminals get away with it. That's like that talking point instead of holding people accountable. It's like, this doesn't happen in a small town, does it? Jason Aldean, try that in a small town. It will not work. In a small town where these business owners have their belief strongly in the Second Amendment, this is not okay. Didn't the Bible say, thou shalt not steal? You should work. If you will not work, you will not eat. Him that steals, steal no more. It's like there is something going on with these politicians in defending criminals. And I'm wondering, what exactly do they get from this? It makes no sense whatsoever. Let me hear a thought from you. That is sickening. Yes, it is. It is sickening. Vote differently, Californians. Vote differently. Oh, God, not California. I ran from the pile of poop 20 years ago. Smart man. You a smart man, bacon. Stuffed donuts. Yeah. So they got to file online complaints against these activities from criminals. And cops shows up the next day. Like, you notice this has all happened in the wake as a result of the George Floyd protests and the Black Lives Matter movement. And again, we try to ignore this anyway. I'm a dark skin. I'm a black man, so I can say this. Black people are the ones committing these crimes. Can we be honest here? I don't see any white people. I haven't seen any. I'm not sure. I'm not saying there ain't any in these neighborhoods, but I'm just saying predominantly what we have are black people, black teens that are living in these communities that are doing this. So why are they doing this? I would like to hear why are they doing this? Is it because they are starving to death? Is it because there's no money? Is it because the situation and the system is so racist? Maybe systematic racism. What's the reason? Because you can get a job. You can do something with yourself. But no. This has been incentivized by democratic policies. This is something that I remember when Donald Trump was saying this before he left out, before, the election, the supposed election that went over to Biden. I remember Donald Trump was saying this is gonna become normal. They're gonna allow criminals to do this. It's like there is an effort to destroy the justice system. There is an effort. It's very diabolical. It's very Marxist. When you study a little bit of Marxist theology, you notice that's kind of what's going on here. It is so sickening and it's so evil. Now look at this. Idiots don't even realize that they are only going to hurt themselves when the businesses moved out. And that's the point. When the businesses pack up and leave, which has happened in Chicago before, many McDonald's franchises decided that they're going to leave. Once they left, they were like, oh, that's racism. It's racism to leave, take your business with you from places where predominantly the people are black, especially teenagers at this stage of their lives, stupid, dumb, making bad decision. Take your business away from these places. Oh, that's racist. That's what they want you to believe. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, I will not open a business in these places, and I'm not even white. I will not open a business in any places where criminals are being incentivized to carry out these dirty deeds. Nope, I will not do it. Yeah, I got to feel that. Okay, kind of got a feeling that this has to do with inflation in the economy, people trying to make money. However, it still doesn't mean that's right that they are doing it. Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. I kind of agree with you here. I know the economy and inflation definitely is a problem. But if this was the case, why is it that the people that are stealing are from towns that are Democrats, run cities? Why is it that majority of them are young? Why is it that majority? Because it's not like these people are really feeling the pinch of the economy. I will say people with responsibility and accountability, people who has jobs and children, people like you and I who are paying taxes, we have a sense of what it means to go through the inflation crisis. Like, how many of these teenagers really have a car, paying bills? Do they have a home? Majority of them really don't. So they're probably living with their moms. They're probably living with their dads, who, if they have any dads. So majority of these black teens, for some reason, 70-something% of them have no father present in the home. So all of these issues compile, but I'm wondering how many of them really are going through a serious situation that's causing them to steal. I think we have a moral problem. We have a cultural problem. I think we have a political problem in our hands. And it's been incentivized. Criminals committing crimes is because they think they can. That's why I don't understand when 2019 we had all these crazy protests. What does Black Lives Matter has to do with you running around with a flat screen TV, a 50-inch flat screen TV on top of your head? Like, wait a minute. I thought this was Black Lives Matter. I thought this was a protest against injustice. Why do you have a flat screen TV on your head? You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, hey, bro, I think you've always wanted to break the law. You were just looking for a loophole and you found it, and you're doing exactly that. You've always been a lawbreaker. That's the problem. But this is why criminal behaviors has to be dealt with from that perspective. The law has to be enforced. There has to be consequences. Okay, that the same way Giuliani dealt with the crime rate and the issues and evildoers in New York, is kind of what they have to do. They have to implement strong policies to keep criminals from doing this. You're not going to change their hearts. I wish I could say, as a Christian, as a minister, everybody be converted and be good. But that's not going to happen. Okay, you can preach to the worst of kind. If they're not willing to change, they're not willing to open their hearts to the Lord, they're not going to change. So criminals are going to do criminal things. So this is why the law has to be enforced. This is why evildoers have to be checked. Stop looking at their skin color to justify them. You have to come to a point where you say, these behaviors are wrong. They are hurting businesses. They are hurting taxpayer dollars. It's not okay. We will not tolerate that. There should be some strong, clear warnings given. And when it keeps carrying out, they just got to get locked up. They have to do serious community service. There has to be a number of things that happens instead of instead of catching them and let them go. There has to be some solid consequences. Unfortunately, that's not what's happening. And I'm saying certain criminals are afraid of what could happen to them. If they know nothing could happen to them, they're just gonna keep doing it. And it's just simple as that. These are just bad policies, and I can preach all day, all night. These are just what happens when you place politics above people and you refuse to deal with criminal behaviors. It will never work. That's why this is not happening so much in Republican-run cities. The red states, they don't have some of these issues. Criminals don't behave like that. You don't go in a small town and act like that. Try that in a small town, see how far you make it. You're not going to make it far because you're going to be dealt with. Before you even leave the small town, somebody's going to address you. You might not make it out. I don't wish for that. But they will not put up with these behaviors. This is happening in inner cities. This is happening among Democrat-run cities. This is where the defund the police propaganda machines have all happened. This is happening in places where the level of fatherlessness is extremely high. A lot of single mothers in these areas. This is happening with by a lot of these criminals are black. Yeah, they are. That's not racist to say that. That's true. They are black teens that are doing this. I don't think it's because of inflation, because how many of them really are paying bills? I doubt very few of them are. How many of them have children? How many of them actually own a home? Very few of them do. So are they doing this because they are hungry and starving? I don't think so. I think this is something that they know they can do and they can get away with it because there's a system in place that allows it to happen. Simple as that. And the system has to change. The policy has to change. The laws have to change. And like somebody says, the people in California have to vote differently. Californians vote differently. Californians. There goes the answer. Vote differently. Period. Yeah. So BLM tries to threaten and BLM tried to threaten to come mess with my town and our businesses, and they kept driving through. We are armed and protected. Said, problem solved. Problem solved. Yep, you live in a small town. You get you know this is not okay. This is not okay. Yeah. Yep. Listen to that. So I grew up, okay, in a 1,200 person town. I got caught about 12 stealing a Matchbox car at a thriftway. Mercy. I was cuffed in the back office and perked, walked through the store, never stole again. That's what we used to do. These were the days. Now, I think that was a little bit too much. But it sent a message, though. It sent a message not to do it again. The criminals don't get a message. They don't get a strong message. Okay? They're criminals. They need to get a message. They need to have consequences. They need to feel that this is really wrong. Here are the reason why. Yeah, so that's all the problems that they've created. There it goes. I live in California. Yeah. Most of the people are Dems, and they voted Dems mostly. And that's the problem. And that's the problem right there. They keep voting for the same policies that are destroying their cities. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Anyway,